Jikook secretly reunites. Jimin broke protocol to meet Jungkook in the world of K-pop, where idols' every move is closely watched by cameras and fans. Things that are done secretly are the center of attention, especially if involved are two big names from BTS, Jimin and Jungkook. Recently, the army was shocked by rumors that Jimin secretly violated internal protocols for the sake of one surprising thing, meeting Jungkook in secret. This news stems from the reports of some fans who found Jimin's whereabouts at the military location where Jungkook was serving. Although there is no really clear visual documentation, a series of clues lead to a strong suspicion that Jimin was deliberately present without an official schedule. Time of his visit unrecorded by HYB media, the absence of accompanying staff, as well as vague signals from insider uploads make this speculation even wilder. According to unofficial sources claiming to be civilian workers near the military headquarters, a small figure with a face covering and a black hoodie hat was seen getting out of the official license plate car. The distinctive gestures and elegant gait immediately made people speculate that it was Jimin. Although there was no confirmation, this rumor immediately exploded in the Army online community. Many suspect that this is not just an ordinary visit. After weeks of speculation about the distance between the two, from the disappearance of Jimin's tattoos to the lack of public interaction with Jungkook, allegations of conflict or awkwardness have surfaced. However, if it is true that Jimin violated protocol in order to meet Jungkook personally, it could be a sign that he is trying to fix something, or rather, fight for their relationship that may be on the edge. Even some fans believe that this is not the first visit. There are other digital traces that were previously missed, such as the similarity of the background of the room in Jimin's short selfie in Weverse to the military room that Jin had visited. Photos also showed two of Jungkook's favorite water bottles on Jimin's desk, sparking speculation that he did not come alone. On the other hand, fans also began to notice Jungkook's behavior change. He appeared calmer, even mentioning old friends several times in his messages in the fan community. HYB herself has not yet given any statements. And as always, they chose to remain silent against rumors that touched the members' personal affairs. However, tensions between fans are growing because anything related to Jikook always touches emotions and arouses hope for the closeness of two best friends who have shared the stage since adolescence. This quiet reunion, if true, could be Jimin's attempt to keep something bigger than the rules. The relationship that was built since the beginning of BTS was established. A relationship that doesn't always have to be on display in front of the camera, but strong enough to make someone challenge the rules for the sake of one brief encounter. After the news of the silent reunion spread, a wave of discussion inevitably reigned on social media platforms. Hashtags like #JikookRuni, #ProtectJikook, and #JiminForJungkook were trending on X, Twitter, with millions of tweets within 24 hours. Armies from around the world share theories, video snippets, until screenshots that were thought to be proof that the meeting between Jimin and Jungkook did happen. And it wasn't just a rumor. One viral thread featured a comparison of the watch Jungkook was wearing and someone Jimin allegedly saw in blurry footage from leaked CCTV. Despite the invisible face, the very characteristic gestures of the hands and posture caused a new wave of confidence among fans that the two really met that evening, more than just a casual interaction. Many ARMY felt this encounter was full of emotional meaning. Given the enormous pressure Jimin has recently faced from questions about his position at BTS to alleged internal conflicts, until the loss of his iconic tattoo, the meeting with Jungkook was believed to be a healing moment. Not a few believe that Jungkook is the only place for Jimin to let go of all the burdens without needing to explain anything. And if this is really so, then the meeting is a form of emotional support that is understandable only to two people who have gone through everything together. Some fans also highlighted the symbolic meaning of breaking protocol. They do not see it as a violation of discipline, but rather as a form of personal struggle. That in a very controlled world like the K-pop industry, Jimin chose to take spontaneous steps in favor of something more human, meeting with friends, colleagues, and someone he really trusts. If it's true that Jimin violated protocol, It means that their relationship is stronger than man-made rules, wrote a fan on the Korean online community. And it makes me love them more than ever. On the other hand, worried voices also appear. Some ARMY question the impact of these rumors on the image of Jimin and Jungkook, especially if HYB considers the act a violation of military ethics or schedule. There are also those who fear that the two will again be restricted in interacting due to fan speculation that is too wild. However, most remain supportive in the hope that their happiness and mental health are far more important than public expectations. HYB, as always, chose silence. But the silence of the company only reinforces the belief of fans that these rumors are not just a fabrication. During this time, HYB was known to be quick to deny untruths, but in this case, there was no rebuttal, no clarification. In fact, more and more fanbase accounts are secretly deleting old uploads related to Jimin's alleged schedule, as if there was an unwritten request to muffle this issue. Meanwhile, in a voice message in the fan community a few days later, Jungkook said a sentence that aroused curiosity. "I've been happy these few days. It feels like going back in time. Thank you, someone." The ambiguous sentence immediately became a hot debate in ARMY circles. Was the someone in question Jimin? The next few days felt different. Although there was no official statement from Jimin, Jungkook, or HYB, fans seemed to be able to feel the change in atmosphere. BTS's emotional old songs suddenly rise again in the charts. It was as if the ARMYs were going back to a time when Jikook often performed together, looking at each other without a word, and slip the meaning in small gestures that only they both understand. One of the most heartwarming moments was when Jungkook, in an internal military radio broadcast, sang part of the song, Promise, Jimin's solo song. Her voice was low, soulful, and sounded like a hidden message to someone who meant a lot. The footage was never officially published, but as always, the ARMY world always had its own way of knowing. You Tell Me, I've Had Enough is the song sung by Jungkook. Many believe that the line is a message to Jimin. In the midst of mental stress, the public spotlight, and world opinion, Jungkook chose to remind Jimin that his existence, just being yourself, is more than enough. He doesn't have to keep proving himself. That no matter how hard the world forces them to change, there was one place where he could remain the Jimin he had known for a long time, and perhaps their silent meeting was the only thing that gave Jimin the strength to endure that week. In a leaked video from the rehearsal room, a slender male figure can be seen dancing alone. Many believe it to be Jimin. He is wearing a large hoodie, WHE's covered in a mask. However, the movements, soft, sharp, emotional, only one person can dance in such a way. What makes the video so meaningful is the fact that the background plays an acoustic version of the song Jungkook's Still With You. Two worlds that secretly reinforce each other. Some fans speculated that Jimin's breach of protocol to meet Jungkook wasn't just out of homesickness or personal need, but it may also be because something bigger is being planned. There is a theory that the two are preparing a secret song that is not yet known to the agency, as a form of therapy as well as an emotional awakening from all the stresses they experience. Whether this is true or just speculation, no one knows. But one thing is clear, Jimin and Jungkook have something beyond just a working relationship, deeper than just a casual friendship. Their connection is something that cannot be faked, cannot be regulated by the company, and inexplicable by the logic of artist management. It was something that grew out of time, mutual trust, and wounds once shared together. As the world continues to wonder if BTS will remain intact after the military period, whether the members will return as before. Maybe the answer is not about the formation or the concert. Perhaps the answer is precisely in such a silent moment as this. When Jimin breaks protocol to see Jungkook, Jungkook sings to him in silence. And when the two chose silence, the world sounded louder than ever, and if it does, then all that remains is hope that their bond will never truly be broken, only hidden from searchlights for the sake of keeping what is most valuable: honesty, friendship, and love in silence that does not need validation.